Hey there, and thanks for joining us to GamePoints, our weekly get-together where we talk about the last week's in gaming news that at least I found interesting. I am your host, Stephen Brown. Joining me today are Sean Brown and David Smith. Say hey, guys.
Hello.
Anything interesting happen this weekend?
I
love that deer in the headlights question.
Well, some esports stuff happened, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll definitely get that by the end of the show. We're going to adjust some esports stuff. We're going to talk about some QuakeCon things just real quick. Nothing too big broke out. David, you were about to say something?
I went to the fair, bro.
You went to the fair? How was the fair?
Bro.
Was it fair?
Swell. I wrecked some funnel cake. It was a good time.
Funnel cake.
Spent way too much money on beer. You know, classic fair
Funnel cake
things.
adventure.
Fair enough.
Spent $20 just to get a decent buzz.
Yeah. Actually, no, because I found the guys at the horse race track, and I could get Jack and Coke there. And by that, I mean a cup full of ice and Jack.
Nice.
So that guy
knew it was up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get right into it then. If no one else has anything interesting to start off with, we're going to go ahead and talk about the news that broke today. Razer bought Ouya. Remember Ouya? Do y'all remember that? The little console that couldn't?
Remember how
Ouya is the
Kickstarter
Christian
wasn't a thing?
Okay, 1 second, David.
You remember how Kickstarter wasn't really a thing, and then Ouya showed up, and everyone's like, holy shit, let's totally back this. Everyone wants this thing. And then no one actually did.
Yeah, Ouya created Kickstarter, and then no one cared about Ouya. It's kind of funny. Sean.
So, I feel like Ouya is the Christian Slater of consoles.
And that he does nothing but Alone in the Dark knockoffs?
Almost constantly has a career. It's like dangerously close to.
Hey, I'm told Mr. Robot's doing good.
Is he in that? Oh, yeah, he's in that.
Yeah, he's Mr. Robot.
Apparently that show's really good.
Who may or may not be that kid's Tyler Durden.
Sweet.
I gotta watch this show now.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single episode, but that's what the apparent rumor is on that. But anyways, Razer bought Ouya on their blog. Let me go ahead and bring it up right here. Right here.
Bloggy.
There we go.
Delicious.
Razer acquires Ouya software assets. Razer's at Ouya's digital platform assets and content to Razer's product offerings. Acquisition strengthens Razer's commitment to open platform development and game developers. Former Ouya team joins Razer to bring even more Android games to the living room. A lot of words. Essentially, yeah, they bought them up. For those of you wondering why this might happen, let me pick out a few quotes from here.
Oh, I got one at the very beginning that I can throw out.
Yeah.
It was dirt fucking cheap.
Yes.
Because Ouya is not worth shit right now.
No, it's
dirt cheap for something that has potential.
Hell yeah. It's also like the best emulator box you can get for your living room right now.
But yeah, the deal involved Razer acquiring the software assets of Ouya, including its content, catalog, and online retail platform, which is probably the more important part than the actual hardware itself. The technical team and development relations personnel behind Ouya, leading the Android game platform or television, have joined the software team of Razer, the company additionally reported. I'm reading directly from the blog post here. Financial details of the transaction, which closed on June 12, 2015, were not discussed. So we really don't know how much it sold for. We just know that it was bought about a month and a half ago. Razer has a long-term vision for Android TV and Android-based TV consoles, such as the Xiaomi Mi Box and the Alibaba Tmall Box, to which Ouya already publishes. And that's the key to this entire thing right here. Because to you in America who's sitting here watching this going, what the fuck is a Ouya? Ouya. And two, why would Razer want to buy it? It's not for us. This is not for us at all. Tmall and Mi Box are both Asian companies. This is for China. That is what this is for.
Oh, yeah.
This just flat out. This is bargaining power for stuff over in China. As it kind of gives a foot in the door for the American side of things, but they don't care about that. They're focused on overseas business. Well, for us, overseas business. To them, their business.
Well, the problem I think right now with Ouya, well, there's a laundry list of them, but from what I understand, their main platform, like their Android store, kind of just turned into all the bad shit about Steam Greenlight.
Yep.
Like that's what's wrong with this. There's no good content, and the stuff that is good is hidden so fucking deep in there that it's just not worth it to most people.
Once again, back to the reference stuff. It's the alien resurrection of digital platforms. You think that Greenlight's bad, much like Alien 3? You clearly have not seen Alien Resurrection.
Alien Resurrection.
That's pretty funny.
I want to make a side note about those movies, though. I really do. Because, so do you know who directed all four of those movies? Like the director of each one?
It was Ridley Scott.
All of them are famous as fuck. Yep.
It's Ridley Scott, James Cameron.
Yep.
David Fincher for Alien 3.
Yep.
Joss Whedon for Resurrection?
Yep.
Okay. I don't think I don't know if he directed it, but I know he had some writing credit in there.
He definitely wrote the shit out. I'm pretty sure he directed it too.
I don't know if
I know they butchered
I'll
the
have to
script.
look that, but I know he wrote it and they butchered the hell out of his script. I don't think he directed it though. If anything, Avengers might be his first big budget. No, he did Serenity. I take that back.
Yeah, he did Serenity.
Wait, I got this. Resurrection and Ouya link. Something Android related that I'm pissed about.
Oh, it's faulty like Ash. Boom!
Yeah, there we go.
As a side note, before we get back to the Ouya conversation, anyone else excited about that Alien reboot with Neil Blomkamp doing it?
Oh, fuck yeah. That Ridley Scott completely got behind, and Sigourney Weaver and fucking Hicks are back in it.
Yeah, have you heard about this, David?
No.
Neil Blomkamp, the guy who did District 9 and a bunch of other shitty movies after, which we won't talk about, is rebooting the Alien franchise, and he's going, yeah, Alien and Aliens happened. Everything after that, I'm just ignoring. We're picking up right after where Aliens left off.
It was just written by Joss Whedon, by the way.
So it should be entertaining. But yeah, for those of, 100 or so people who actually still have a Ouya that's maybe not gathering dust, your console's dead, unfortunately. Don't think this saves your console. In fact, they actually come out and say it's dead. Later down on that blog post, they say, quote, in the near future, Razer will be providing existing Ouya users with a clear path of migration to the more advanced Forge TV microconsole and several controller bundle. Ouya's done. The hardware is gone. The name will disappear. That's them confirming, we're going to give you a new console or transition you to a new console.
Well, you keep in mind that the Ouya is about as powerful as my old phone.
Yeah.
It was cool if it had been released right after it was announced with what they had in there.
I still don't get what people saw in this to begin with. I remember hearing about this 2
It was
years
less
ago.
the hardware; it was more the
ability
concept.
to make these crazy games for.
Yeah, it was more the business model they had when they first talked about they're going to have a store. Every store has a 30-minute, or every game in the store has a 30-minute trial that you can just start playing. You can buy it before the trial's over and just keep playing. Yeah. And since they had that stipulation, on no AAA titles were thrown that way.
The Ouya is the classic story of a bunch of Silicon Valley venture capitalists who got together and went, hey, I have an idea. If we throw money at it, we can make money off of it. And they learned the hard way that does not actually work for most people.
But again, really good emulator box. If you're looking for a way to just play Super Nintendo games, PlayStation games, hella old games, just have that and plug it in your TV.
I guess. I mean, sure.
Well, no, because I've actually done that, and it plays pretty smooth as far as playing old shit like that. But other than that, I don't see one reason to have one.
For anyone who has further questions about this Ouya, Razer buying up Ouya, their CEO is going to be doing an AMA on Reddit for the Forge TV and Ouya at 8 p.m. Pacific, or PDT. I'm sorry, not PST. What's PDT?
Post-dramatic tress.
Pretty sure PDT and PST are the same.
If you go to Reddit and look under their AMA, if you can actually get to it, because Reddit's on fire still. On July 30th, so that's this Wednesday.
Thursday? I got a question, though.
This Thursday. Yeah.
So we're talking about how it's a micro console and Razer's buying it and it's for China, but doesn't China not have consoles?
Well, that's a good question, because you know what? China just don't care anymore. As of couple days ago, maybe today, I can't quite remember when this article went up, China lifted the ban on consoles. In a Wall Street Journal report, which I got via for The Verge, you'll be able to read them both down in the links below, they announced that they're lifting the ban on consoles. Now, this ban was instituted back in 2000 due to fears that the devices had a negative effect on children. In other words, a bullshit reason to cover up the fact they just didn't want foreign goods coming in. You could buy them. They have this little part in Shanghai called the Free Trade Zone. It's like this 11 square meter market where almost anything goes as far as selling shit.
Get it?
Yeah, you could buy it there, but now the ban is lifted nationwide in China.
Just to let you know, PDT is Pacific Daylight Time. It's an hour behind PST, so it's an hour behind you guys.
Okay, so it's like the Alaska time zone.
Yeah.
Nine is mine GMT.
Correct.
Okay, I get it. We figured it out.
All right, so there's that. But yeah, China lifted that ban on consoles.
Well,
does this mean anything, really? No, because they still have a ban on most of the games that come in. so you could buy the console.
I've seen that list
at a ramped up price because China has obscene tariffs on anything that's not Chinese coming in. Not Chinese. Like, for example, these consoles are made in China, but since they have foreign branding on them, they immediately add like a 25% surtax just on top.
Well, the other thing is that the barrier to entry is kind of ridiculous because in order to actually have a console released in China, guess what? You have to make a manufacturing plant in China, and it has to be built in China.
They have a lot of very draconian regulation put in place for that. But as I was saying, too, it doesn't matter if the console's banned. Most of the games still are. Because they're considered harmful to culture.
China is like the mobile and MMO capital of the world, and trying to cut through those markets is going to be a pain in the dick.
Yes. In the end, very little is going to change. China still heavily regulates individual titles through something literally called the Ministry of Culture, which is about as Orwellian as you can get, and I have to give them props for just being that blatant about it. They impose extremely high tariffs, like I was saying, on foreign goods, and honestly, if you wanted a console, the black market is alive and kicking in China. If you wanted one of these, you already have it. So this is going to do nothing.
Take that.
Take that, China. For shits and giggles, if you're ever wanting to see how bad the piracy and knockoff problem is in China, just type in like Xbox One knockoffs, and you'll get like 20 Chinese results of different consoles that look as close to the Xbox as you can without actually being an Xbox.
My favorites were the ones from 10 years ago where it said like X Station on the box, and then it had pictures of PlayStation controllers, and you open it, and it's a Super Nintendo. Those things are the fucking best things I've ever seen.
Oh, I have not seen that. I have to take a look at it.
Dude, it's
they
great.
Make better beats than Beats does.
That's all funny.
I'm dead serious. They get better reviews.
That's actually super
Beats
funny.
Are overrated anyways. You know what? I just realized I have this thing
Apple
here.
bottom.
Let me click on this and try to remind myself what I actually put on it. I think it's actually the Verge article. Yeah, it's the Verge article. If you want to go take a look at them once again, I'll have the link down below. I loaded this up and completely forgot what the scene was. So I was like, wait a minute, I didn't click on this. I wanted to make sure it wasn't anything important.
He doesn't like clicking on stuff.
No, I hate clicking.
They pay their league players a shit ton of money.
Well, they pay their league players a shit ton of money because that's a high danger. Because you participate in any Chinese sport and you lose, you get like the either don't come back or the your family has just been killed.
But they're all Korean.
Probably not. Hey, that's the no, David. Come on now. I don't. You're not the one that gets the angry letters.
He's just doing it. He don't get angry letters. He's just doing a chanty jingle.
Yeah, dude. It's not like I played a Nintendo video. Whatever, dude.
So Square finally announced that Tomb Raider has been confirmed for things other than the Xbox One. Now, here's the thing. This is something that we always knew. We already knew that it wasn't really an exclusive on the Xbox One. And let me break down exactly what was going on with this bullshit. So Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, rather, was announced at an E3. Or was it a Gamescom? One of those. It was announced one of the bigger shows.
One of the two.
And they came out and said, Rise of the Tomb Raider is coming this year. And then someone else said, Rise of the Tomb Raider exclusive to Xbox One next year. And then they got asked questions. Well, wait a minute. Is it exclusive or is it not? And then someone else said, oh, it's a timed exclusive on Xbox One. So then they were asked to follow up, wait a minute, is this a timed exclusive Xbox One or just an exclusive on Xbox One? Because 3 different people have told us 3 different things. And then they just started going, well, it's exclusive to Xbox One. And then they'll be asked follow-up questions. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, what do you think exclusive means? And they did this PR circle jerk rather than just telling us what we all already knew, that it's not exclusive, that's just a timed exclusive. And it was fucking stupid because we all knew that this was coming to other consoles. Well, they finally officially announced today that it will be out on PlayStation 4 in holiday 2016, so they get a year exclusive on the console version, and it'll be out on PCs at the beginning of next year.
It's getting to the point where there's no reason for exclusives to be Xbox that can't be on PC because it's Microsoft, and two, they pretty much run the same fucking operating system now.
There's no reason to have exclusives.
Runs on Windows 8.
Yeah, and it will be in Windows 10.
I got no problem with exclusives on consoles. You pay your money, you can get the rights to it. What I have a problem with is the fucking PR doublespeak on this. It's like, guys, the fucking cat's out of the bag. We know at this point. Don't dick us around.
There's no reason for there to be fucking console exclusives unless it's a first-party title at this point. I mean, really.
Oh yeah.
The only reason why exclusives make sense for like PC is that you can tax a PC much higher than the consoles. Whereas when you have an exclusive on a console, all you're doing is screwing over half the market. That's all you're doing.
Yeah. That's why it's very weird when it's a third-party PC exclusive. In this case, a China exclusive, because you have to wonder how much money Microsoft threw at Tomb Raider or
to have a year.
Square.
Have a year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with less money than Sony threw at Square for Final Fantasy VII.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah.
Is that going to be a PlayStation exclusive? Final Fantasy VII?
We don't know.
I highly doubt it.
It'll
probably be an exclusive for at least 6 months.
I think they said it's out first on PlayStation 4.
I think you're right.
Terminology, which means it's going to be on other words. But like once again, fucking Square, another Square game. They do their PR circle jerk where just fucking. It's like, no, guys, seriously, just fucking.
They're not used to it.
Well, there's also the remastered version of the PC edition that's still coming out first. That's the funniest part to me.
That feels like a cheap money grab because they're releasing that in time of this. They're hoping people get confused when they pick it up.
They're gonna have CG dewbacks walking around the background.
Good.
Star Wars.
Speaking of remastered and high res and stuff like that, Dishonored 1 was a fantastic game. It was one of my games of the year 2013, I believe, was when it came out. They announced the second one, which looks fantastic, but they also announced their equivalent, their enhanced edition. Essentially, it's going to be better graphics. But rather than repackaging it and charging full price, it turns out if you already bought it, you get it for cheaper, which is the way these should be.
Yeah, that's
a good deal.
I don't mind you giving them away. I'm not going to say you should give them away for free because you did put some extra work into it. But if I already spent $60 on a game, I don't want to spend $40 on a game at full price that I already own. So a person from Reddit, I don't have his name here, unfortunately. I'll be sure to give him proper credit in the links below. Discovered while browsing the PlayStation Network store, or the PSN, that there is a Dishonored Definitive Edition upgrade. For $20, which is half off the $40 cost, you get to add on all the DLC and all the high-res graphics and all that good stuff on Dishonored, which is the way these should go.
Also, shout out Clark Zuckerberg is the name you're looking for.
Clark Zuckerberg, thank you.
I had to say it because that guy's name is funny.
That sounds like the cousin of the guy who created Facebook.
Right?
Could be.
When he does is sit on Reddit all day.
Since this was on PlayStation Network only, of course, people were asking, what about PCs and Xbox One? Well, Eurogamer.net reports that it is going to be available for Xbox One, but no word if the PC owners are going to be doing it. And I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't available on PC, because it is kind of a different beast working with Steam than it is PlayStation and Xbox One's own
It'll probably be a patch.
systems. We'll definitely see how it goes like that. That is absolutely the way remasters need to go, though. I love it. Let me pay a surcharge to bump it up rather than force me to buy a new game over again, and I am
man.
Like this. If I were able to get away for $20, I'd spend $20 for an up-res thing. I'm not spending $40 for a game I already own.
Now, didn't they do something similar with like Grand Theft Auto when it came out on PS3 and PS4?
I don't know.
You could buy. I thought you could buy like the PS3 one if you bought the digital version, and then upgrade to the PS. Like, right? That was a thing they did.
Yeah,
yes, it was the digital download version of it.
Yeah,
I know they did it with like Battlefront 4, I believe.
They did it with Watch Dogs as well.
Also, you're just thinking Battlefield, not Battlefront. That's different.
Whatever the military EA non-Star Wars one is. Battlefield.
Yes, Battlefield.
I've always gotten those two franchises fucked up on the names. Sean. Remember back in the 90s, all that awesome...
Wait, hold on. I had a thing for this.
Okay. I'll let you do your segment.
You guys know how we keep talking about a really shitty game that everyone's really mad at, that's actually a great game?
Yeah.
That's called Batman?
Yeah.
This next story is kind of like that, but none of it's good. I'm talking about Night Trap.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just jaw dropped at how bad that was.
Yeah.
Night Trap, famously known for being a Sega CD game that was brought before a congressional hearing for violence in video games. Like it was like in the early 90s. Think of this as like the beta Jack Thompson when this controversy was hitting. And in the early 90s, CDs were first starting to come out. Sega CD, probably the first big mainstream console that I can think of that pulled it out. Then you had like the CDI. Eventually, all this stuff led to the PlayStation. But the Sega CD thrived on these full motion video games, which are essentially really cheesy, acted out, like an hour worth of video that was really grainy, and all you really did was push a button every now and then.
Pretty sure Corey Haim was in all of them.
No, he was in Double Switch. He wasn't in Night Chaz.
I know he wasn't.
You know what?
But I feel like he was.
Compare these two is imagine playing Dragon's Lair. If you guys remember what Dragon's Lair is,
of course.
And instead of having all this hand-drawn animation, put in some really cheesy fucking early '90s, late '80s B-movie quality film in it.
Yeah, it was like QuickTime Events.
Even reduced the amount of interactivity.
Yeah.
But anyways, this fellow by the name of Dave Voles is making a browser-based version of Night Trap. He is trying to port it over. Let me see if I could actually get it running here real quick. Let me click to one of the rooms here. This is still in beta.
Dude.
Let me kill the volume there. This is still
Night
in
Trap
beta.
Is awesome.
And your entire thing was you had to trap these little black guys. I believe they were called augurs. In this house that was full of dancing sorority chicks led by Dana Plato. And I'm going to spoil it for you for a 20-year-old game. The house is filled with vampires and these other droogs. It was a horrible, horrible game. Terrible. But, like, the 12-year-old me thought this was the greatest fucking thing of all time.
Because it is the greatest thing of all time.
I was also playing a movie.
You have to keep in mind that this movie that you're playing, you guys ever go to YouTube and your internet's fucking up and it defaults you to, like, the lowest possible quality?
Yeah, that's still higher quality than what you're
That's this whole game. Like, the video size, it's in the link. It's 256 by 224.
Yeah, if you want, like, full details on what the Dave Voles here is doing, you can find his blog over at Gamasutra. Once again, I'll be able to put it down in the links below, so you can go over there. And he gets very technical about everything he's trying to do, because he's, like, he's talking about, like, the quality of film he's trying to rip, and he's like, wow, this is even worse than I thought it was. Because the technology is so old, he has to do a bunch of tricks to make it actually work.
Although, I have an idea. Let's reshoot it.
Just me and you.
No.
We could do everything, all the parts.
Right?
If we're reshooting an FMV game, it's got to be Ground Zero Texas.
I was about Ground Zero or Double Switch.
Ground Zero
and we
Texas.
get Corey Feldman to play Corey Haim's part since Corey Haim's dead now.
Doesn't matter. Just dye his hair blonde, send him out, he'll be fine.
Replace one Corey with another.
They're interchangeable.
Yeah. Don't say that. Corey Feldman was way better.
Oh.
One was a bitch in Lost Boys, and one was awesome.
All right. Okay. This is getting to a dark place, and it doesn't involve us filming.
We're going to get
It's true.
This is going to end one of two ways. One, we're going to get angry hate mail from Corey Feldman. Or two...
Or he's going to sign on.
He's going to actually show up to the door. I was about to say, he's actually going to show up at my door knocking and going, I'm ready, here's my cell phone, start filming.
All we need is a handy cam, a case of beer, Corey Feldman, and we are set to do this.
We can make Ninja Turtles 4. The fourth one. Yeah, there's 3. We can make the fourth one.
The search for more money and ooze.
Yeah.
The search for money and ooze. Booze.
Sean, you were very excited about Fallout Shelter.
Dude, yes.
But you couldn't play it because you had an Android platform.
Yes.
Well, your prayers have finally been answered. They said it was coming. We have a release date. It's going to be August 13th. Tweeted out by Bethesda Game Studios. Very excited for Android users to begin playing Fallout Shelter on August 13th. There you go.
Just in time for me to get my teeth taken out and so I have something to do in bed for the 2 days I'm going to be incapacitated.
Sounds great. This was announced at QuakeCon 2015. David, have you gotten a chance to play Fallout Shelter yet?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
It sounds like someone hurt themselves. How do you like it?
I liked it for a while until I got bored because I'm actually not the biggest fan of management games.
Fair enough. It's been
like I liked it, and then I was like, "Hey, my base is kind of self-sufficient."
Good job.
I guess I'll wait for a raider attack.
That's a management game. It's free.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's actually made a lot of money.
Fallout. It does some really cool stuff, and I mean, it's got some kind of funny conversations that the characters have. But I just hit that point where I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I have Rocket League to play.
You're also not a Fallout fan to begin with, right?
I'm not a hardcore Fallout fan, no.
You will be.
That's good. was about to say that's going to make this next bit even less exciting for you.
Oh,
also announced that Quake 2015. The Fallout Anthology is going to come with Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, and Tactics. It'll be here on September 29th in North America. Comes in that little fat boy bomb ammo.
Are they
thing.
actually second and fifth thing in that list?
So are they actually going to redo the first two and like port them so they actually look decent? Oh my god, so they're going to still be timed.
To be like you probably get off of Steam. Now, one cool thing is they do leave room in here for Fallout 4.
Nice.
So you can throw that in there too. But yeah, that anthology is coming. If you really want to get down the rabbit hole of how nuts people are over on Fallout Shelter, and I don't mean nuts in the good way, but in the bad way, just type in Fallout 4 and feminism. Because apparently Fallout Shelter is extremely sexist. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about other things that are cool. What was that?
Everything's sexist, apparently.
Okay. Let me update my ticker to more Fallout from QuakeCon. That's going to screw me up when I'm actually going through to edit this video, this monstrosity that I call a podcast. And then we're going to go ahead and get into the new Shadowrun coming.
Yeah.
Shadowrun Hong Kong. We already knew it existed. We knew it was coming. Well, it has a release date now, and it is going to be August 20th.
Hey, that's a week after Fallout Shelter.
Said with very little fanfare. That is a week after Fallout Shelter. Now, if you haven't played Shadowrun Returns, it is a fantastic game. It captures the... Now, a lot of people's memory of Shadowrun, who actually never played the pen and paper RPG, were either the Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis game. And if not one of those two, then the failed shooter attempt Microsoft tried back in like 2007. Shadowrun Returns is essentially a spiritual successor to the Super Nintendo / PC version of Shadowrun. It plays a lot like it. It makes a lot of references to it. In fact, Jake Artemage is in Shadowrun Returns, very briefly.
Dude, the 360 version was just god-awful.
Yeah, the Xbox, the Shadowrun first-person shooter. See, here's the thing. I really enjoyed that, but it was not Shadowrun.
Yeah, it was a decent multiplayer, fun game, but it was not Shadowrun, and it was kind of on the cutting edge of cross-platform.
But
yeah, I mean, they did try to do that cross-platform, like I said, because if you had the Xbox and you had the Vita, or not the Vita, Vista, they worked very well together, kind of.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
And the thing is, like, it wore off so quick too. Like, it didn't have a lot of lasting power for me.
Yeah, no. I wanted it to be better than it was. It just was. They could have called it something else to Shadowrun. I'd be fine with it. But yes, Shadowrun Hong Kong coming out August 20th. I love the franchise. I love these new Shadowrun Returns. The Berlin one, Dragonfall, was actually good too, and this one looks pretty cool. David, what's your opinion?
That's what I've been trying to get to. You guys are talking about this nonsense from back in the Disney. I'm talking about Shadowrun Returns.
I'm trying to bring it back onto the topic at hand here.
Anyway, Shadowrun Returns.
And that RTS guy, thanks for running in chat.
Hello. But yeah, Shadowrun Returns, super fun. Really enjoy that game. I can't play it on my phone for shit.
Okay.
But I have it on my phone.
Fair enough.
Get a new phone.
I really expected more from you than just saying that. I thought you were going to talk about what you liked about the game, what you enjoyed most about it, how excited you are for it, rather than just...
I like being some kind of lizard dude that hacks computers.
There we
David's
go.
a man of few words, but many abs.
Which is great, figuring he's on a podcast.
Yeah, dude. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to... what did I do again?
Fair enough. Either way, you play Hearthstone.
Situation.
Let's just kill this topic. We're done with it. We're moving on to something that we don't care about. Hearthstone. Either one of you two play it.
Yeah.
Are you serious, or are you just fucking?
Yeah, I totally play Hearthstone. Hearthstone's hella fun.
Okay, well,
Hearthstone runs on my phone.
It has an expansion coming out called the Grand Tournament, which was in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion for those who were playing the MMO here. Whole bunch of new stuff coming out for it. You can check out their blog, which I didn't pop up here. I knew I forgot something at the game, so I'm not going to worry about it. But it's going to have 132 cards, a new keyword Inspire, which essentially means you play a card and its abilities key off when you use your hero power, and a new board. All free. Hearthstone does a free-to-play thing where you can buy expansion cards if you want. David, do you care, since you're the Hearthstone player here?
Yeah, Hearthstone's cool.
Wow, that needs to stop.
I really enjoy Hearthstone because I was a big Magic guy back in the day. I used to play Magic all the time. So when I found this, as opposed to playing like the digital versions of Magic, this is more fun to me. Blizzard obviously makes a really clean product. They make a fun product, so it's exciting that there's more and more things to go with Hearthstone and all of its free-to-play shenanigans trying to get money out of me. But I'll keep playing it for free and try to unlock things and get my ass kicked online.
I gave it
That's the story.
I gave it like 5 games or so, and I just realized the ability to win that game is just beyond my capabilities. I can't win it, so I stopped.
Well, if you play ranked too much and you get to people that have way more shit unlocked, then yeah, it gets kind of rough.
I also got tired of seeing the exact same deck over and over and over again, so I was like, okay, it's enough.
So you got tired of playing any game competitively?
I got tired of playing that specifically competitively.
Did you know that when you're playing Hearthstone, you can actually click on the edges of the boards, or if you're on your phone, you can press and they'll do crazy stuff?
That's very cool. I always appreciated that in it. Something else that's also very cool. Remember Sean? I do remember Sean. Like kicking you nuts over and over again, but you remember what Silent Hill? You remember Silent Hills, right?
Nope.
No, deleted from your memory.
It's gone.
I think it crushed him a little bit too much.
Yeah. I drank heavily the weeks following that, so I blacked it out.
Well, if it
I'm
makes
pretty
you feel
sure
like...
he did the full Point Break. He was on his knees, like laying down and just shooting his gun in the air in frustration.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, according to an interview with IGN, Guillermo del Toro straight up said him and Kojima are still in talks to do something. We don't know what yet, but hey, it's something. This article will be linked down below once all said and done. Essentially says that, quote, we're in the planning stages, and it's a shame it's not going about Silent Hills, I should say. That is the IGN video playing. Let me stop that real quick. There we go. That's that noise you heard earlier, by the way.
Terrible.
When talking with IGN, Del Toro said about Silent Hills, quote, we were in the planning stages, and it's a shame it's not going to happen. We were talking about really pushing the boundaries of the new consoles and making this great game really mess with your head. Going on, he eventually said that I love working with Kojima-san, and we are still in touch. We are still friends and working and doing something together, but it's not going to be Silent Hills.
Kojima-san.
Yeah, so apparently they're still planning on doing something. We have no idea what it is. We have no idea if it's going to come to fruition, but I would love to see them do something together.
So there's still a chance that Del Toro could actually make a video game.
Yeah,
and I know Nunez, the actor, really wanted to do the game too, and was working with them too, so I'm sure he's involved somehow too. If they'll have
Nolan Reedus in it, yeah, he was. Yeah, he seemed legitimately bummed out that was canceled.
So did the world.
Yeah, once again, just cementing my opinion that Guillermo del Toro is the kiss of death with video games. There is nothing when it comes to gaming that he will be able to get off the ground ever. He is cursed. It's like that Don Quixote movie.
Yeah, but if anyone can do it, Kojima will make it so.
Oh yeah. And he'll get the Western backing to do it.
Yeah, no, that's... here's the thing. I'm still very curious if Kojima will go Kickstarter or not. I don't think he will, because I'm convinced either EA or Activision, I've said this a couple times before, one of the big publishers, and it might even be Microsoft or Nintendo, or Sony rather, will back up that money truck and go, tell us a number and we will give it to you.
I don't think it's going to be Sony just because he's been talking about working with Western groups so much.
I think the Microsoft pick that Sean has is probably going to be
I think it's going to be Microsoft.
If I had to pick, I'd lean a little bit more toward EA. They're trying to break out of that annualized, here's the same thing over and over a year.
They've been also building some dream teams over there.
Yeah,
they've been hiring some clutch talent.
We talked about that.
I think he would go to EA. I think that EA wants to be the... They're moving away less from the here is Madden over and over again, though they'll still release that, to the here is the new game from Amy Hennig. Here is the new game from Jade Raymond. Here is a Hideo Kojima production.
The interesting thing there is that it's kind of different from their old strategy of, hey, let's buy a company that made a successful franchise, have them churn out one more, and then kill that company. They're actually making kind of more in-house teams just built with talent from everywhere.
Yeah.
As opposed to just grabbing other companies and killing them off.
However, lest we forget... They did just very recently do that with Maxis.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I won't necessarily say that's what they're going at, but it definitely seems like it at face value. But let's not forget the past, lest we are doomed to repeat it. So, either one of you two see the No video going around about Half-Life 3?
Oh, Half-Life 3, the thing that's never going to happen?
Yeah, so there's a YouTube show called The No. It's done through Rooster Teeth, I believe. And they essentially spoke with people talking about anonymous sources from deep inside Valve saying, hey, you know why Half-Life 3 isn't out yet? It's because you all fucking suck.
Because they're dicks.
In this,
I totally believe the shit out of that.
in this video, they go on and they say Half-Life 3 doesn't exist for 2 reasons. One, it just won't make them enough money. The time and resources they put into it will be nothing compared to the amount of time and resources that they get from putting things into Steam, which makes a god-awful lot of money for them. And all the cheap, small shit they can do for their current mainstays, Dota, CSGO, and Team Fortress 2, where they can go, here's a new fucking hat, buy it for $3. And that just makes them so much more money. Hats? It's a financial thing. In addition to this cost-to-effort ratio that's keeping Half-Life 3 under wraps, this anonymous source, once again, they can't confirm or deny this, says that another reason why Valve doesn't want to do it is because if it was anything less than perfect, and there is no way it would be perfect after waiting this long, the internet would burn Valve to the ground. And I do mean that literally. They would be sent with death threats, fake suicide, fake bombing calls. I mean, you're talking about a current culture that literally fucking sent a SWAT team to a Call of Duty's developer's house for changing the fucking rate of fire on a gun.
Classic internet.
So imagine if Half-Life 3 came out and it was just okay.
Imagine if it had bugs.
Imagine if it was just okay. Hell, imagine if it was just good. And this anonymous source says that's
the game could be good. That'd be terrible.
DZ's40, how you doing in chat? But yeah, that is why apparently, according to the Nose source, we don't have Half-Life 3. Now,
so here's a question: if they're not going to do Half-Life 3, well, I'll back up a little bit. So when Half-Life 2 came out, the Source engine came out, correct?
Yeah, around that.
Everything they've done since has been based on the Source engine.
Or
so
updated
if they don't make
of it.
Yeah, so if they don't make Half-Life 3, you're probably not going to get a dramatic new engine from them. However, there's still a chance that they'll make a third game in a series. So if they were going to make a third game in a series from one of their existing franchises that's not Half-Life, what would it be?
Portal.
All right.
Like just flat out. Or you know, honest. I mean, our initial is Portal, but if the source is to be believed, and they're trying to keep the stuff super profitable with their microtransactions stuff.
TF3.
That's a good name, microtransaction.
Talking about TF3.
Yeah, it'll be Team Fortress 3. They would release a TF3.
I'm wondering if they do Left 4 Dead.
I don't.
Like, I think Portal is the safe bet. I think that is the one that would be the most likely, but I still think it's interesting to think about.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying about Left 4 Dead 3, but here's the thing. That's essentially what Evolve is. Like, we kind of already have that.
Yeah, but Evolve's garbage.
Evolve's terrible.
So this came... Anyways, this video came out from the No. And, of course, people were rabble-rousing and going, oh, my God, blah, 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 how fucking dare they? Proving their point, if this is true. So someone emailed Mark Laidlaw. Mark Laidlaw is the writer to Half-Life 2. I don't think he's with Valve anymore, but Mark Laidlaw was cool enough to send a response back right here. To a gentleman on Reddit whose name was all blocked out for privacy reasons, essentially came out and said, Mark Laidlaw came out and said, I can't comment on Valve's eternal process, but I can say that this sounds like someone is trolling. Anonymous sources have been posting speculation and masquerading as an inside knowledge since Half-Life Day 1. I'm sorry, this is 1 second. I'm getting some stupid advertising back here.
God damn it.
I don't know what's going on. But anyways.
Well, what's happening is a quality show.
Yeah, this is a quality show. Let me tell you what.
We're actually just getting sponsored by those ads.
What it is
should have never told them to look at the No, because that show's way fucking better than ours.
Yeah, if you actually want the real story behind this, go to the No, and I'll be sure to link them down below. But essentially, anonymous sources have been posting speculation we're asking as inside knowledge since Half-Life 1 delay in 1997. If it's any comfort, please rest assured that in my experience at Valve, fear is the last thing that would ever drive a decision about what to work on. So, former Valve employee, I believe he's former, Mark Laidlaw, the guy who wrote Half-Life 2, essentially said, this sounds like bullshit. Here's the thing, though. While the internet outrage machine, part of it might be bullshit, the money side isn't. Because the cost to develop a Half-Life 3 that would be up to the standards set would nowhere be able to offset the cost that they would recoup from selling it when you compare it to how much money they make on Dota, CSGO, and TF2.
But what if it had hats?
You really think the internet would tolerate a Half-Life 3 with microtransactions of any microtransactions
that is any part of the show
of any sort?
We have to just constantly be mad at microtransactions. Yeah, I understand. What you're saying.
They would burn things down.
There's no money
in
in
the ground.
And everything's about money, and Valve is really good at making money. So yeah, I get it.
They take 30% of your daily joke says Half-Life 3 confirmed. I can get behind that. Face crab hats from Earl Stoke, great suggestions.
Oh yeah, dude. I like face crab hats. That's good.
Hat lice.
Like face crab gets on your face, and it's wearing a hat.
Man, chat's doing good today. I'm appreciating it. Stay solid, chat.
You do you, chat. You're funnier than us.
Essentially, yeah, they're all funnier than us. We should give them the show. That wraps it up for the news of the week. We'll go ahead and move on to some new releases here. Releases this week. Lost Dimension on the PlayStation 3 and Vita. This is that visual novel where someone starts off as a trader and it's randomized every time. I take that back. It's an RPG crossed with a visual novel. Cool premise. Take a look at it. Very Japanese. If you like those games, if you can't stand them, stay far away from it. Also coming out this week, Keen's Quest. This is part of Sierra's rebooting of their franchises again. That comes out for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PCs. They're charging $40 for it, which seems kind of steep considering they're trying to do what Telltale does, and Telltale charges far less for their stuff and their quality, but we'll see how that shakes out. Also releasing this week, not really a new video game, but still very important to mention, Windows 10 comes out this Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a free upgrade if you have 7 or 8.1.
There you go. For our news, last week or the week before, all of your games on GOG should work out of the box.
Yep. Good Old Games is attempting to make sure everything works day one for Windows 10. Go on them. If you have Windows 7, I would say hold on to Windows 7 until we're sure this works. If you got Windows 8, then fucking abandon it as fast as you can and get this Windows 10.
You have an opportunity to put that behind you.
Yeah, my laptop has Windows 8, and that will be my test platform for 10. So we'll definitely see how that goes. I'm sure we'll be talking about Windows 10 for a couple weeks to come.
I won't. I'll just sit here. That's what I do stuff.
For if anyone actually uses the term esports still, keep in mind Dota's Invitational 5 starts next week. None of us here really know anything about Dota, though we will try to at least mention the big stuff that happens going on, because let's face it, Dota,
you know what I know about Dota?
What is that?
The fucking prize pool is ridiculous.
Yes, we were talking about that on the not last week, not the week before, but I think the week before that. It's about how it's like the largest purse in esports history. It's like 50.
Do you know why it's so big?
Dota players have the ability to get
it's all crowd
microtransactions.
Microtransactions
will make the Dota money.
It's all a crowdfunded essentially. But yeah, the Invitational 5 starts next week. We're not Dota fans here, though we'll at least try to keep the big stuff under wraps. We'll tell you who wins and if any matches are important to look at. I will try to spearhead that because I have a little bit more interest in Dota than I do League of Legends. However, that's not to say we're going to stop talking about League of Legends. And in fact, let's start off with about how Fnatic is currently 18-0.
Correct. So they're the first LCS team on EU or NA to go undefeated in the regular season.
That's exciting. Mainly because we've been talking about for the last however the fuck long this show has been going that, it's all Korea domination and the eastern side, and that the western side doesn't really have anything going on. And I understand that their matchups aren't really as tough necessarily as what's going on in the other regions.
In Europe than they would have been in North America.
Wait a minute, let me put a pause on this real quick. Am I to understand that for as long as this show's been going, Fnatic has been undefeated?
Yep.
Yeah.
I want my cut. We are clearly the reason they haven't lost.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I guess. Out of 12 possible splits, that's NA and EU, there's 6 each basically since 2013. It's the first time a team's gone 18-0. If you look at really any kind of the leagues overall, it's the second time it's happened. The other time it happened was when SKT went 13-0 in Champions Winter right after 2013's Worlds, when that was considered the best team in the world at the time. So it's a very big accomplishment for a League of Legends team to do. Now, it'll be more impressive if they can clean sweep the entire season, including playoffs.
That would be amazing. And that would actually
that's
them
what
as my favorite
SKT
for the
did.
whole season.
Yeah, SKT did the regular split and the playoffs. So,
okay.
Let's see.
I'm excited to see how far they can go with it because Fnatic is kind of the big hope. I think, Sean, we've talked about
Westerns.
this. Fnatic's like the big Western hope. So
I legit think they can beat Eastern teams. I think they can beat like the 3rd seeds of any Eastern region and maybe the 2 seeds, depending on what 2 seeds make it. I'll know more about that actually in a few weeks.
I want to see them in semifinals at Worlds.
I'll have to see the split.
That's what I want to see. Them
as soon as the poll gets released, which would be in September, I'll have a breakdown of what could happen, and then we can see what will go from there.
We'll put
but it's possible. They're going to be the #1 seed, which means they can probably bypass both 1 seeds from Korea and China and get like the 1 seed from or the 2 seed from LMS. The Southeast Asian territories. So it's a possibility that they could do it. That's the same thing, LMS.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just hear all this talk of territories, and I see like a syndicate map from the old game syndicate popping down.
It's kind of what it is, man, when it comes to League.
I think
they're super competitive regional.
I will admit, I was focused on something else. Did you talk about how while Fnatic is gone undefeated, we did have finally a streak get broke with SKT losing.
You just
SKT. With SKT losing.
That's how you said it in Korean. SKT's win streak did come to an end today. They lost this week. They lost to CJ 1-2 in a best-of-3 series because that's how Korean League works. They do best-of-3s every match, round robin, double round robin actually. And the last team they needed to beat to go undefeated for the season beat them. And I was actually kind of shocked because CJ looked really fucking good. And they beat him with a rookie jungler.
Well,
which is if you play League, jungle is the hardest position to transfer from solo queue to professional at because there's a lot more on the map.
Sometimes the Diamondbacks beat the Patriots. Think about it. I know. I don't explain the joke. Just think about it.
Oh well.
Is there anything else? Let me bang my mic here. Anything else you want to go ahead and bring up, Sean?
Playoffs should start next week.
Playoffs start next.
Not next show, but the show after that, we should be talking about playoffs.
Okay, so that means this coming show, 1 week from today, we should probably talk about the recreational a little bit. Let's all kind of bone up a little bit on Dota. At least give it a passing mention, because I believe that starts for sure.
I know what I'll do.
I know it starts next week. I don't know when, though.
I'll drink heavily right before the show.
That sounds like a perfect plan. All right. Barring anything else, I think that brings us close to the end. I do want to mention real quick before we show up, I know we're ending about 10 minutes earlier than usual, but in the end, it was a little bit of a slow week. One thing I do want to mention before we end up is that Awesome Games Done Quick is currently going on. Now, for those of you who don't know what Awesome Games Done Quick is, let me see if I can't load up their page here real fast. But
dude, we're going to have a Twitchception?
David, why don't you go ahead and break down what that is while I set this up? Because you seem to know what Awesome
Games Done Quick is. Do you guys like video game speedruns?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, yes. No, you can do some really cool shit.
They're fucking awesome. So there's many camps for speedruns. There's like traditional where you have to play without breaking any rules. There's the guys that do anything possible in the game to get through it. There's like hacked availables. Anyway, lots of speedruns. It's a really big, I don't want to say industry, but just thing that people like to watch because it's good to see games done at a really high skill level. Games Done Quick is something where they put all these people that are really great at playing games wicked fast on a Twitch stream.
I have their website, by the way.
Donate. And the donations go to charities. In this case, it's Doctors Without Borders.
And a lot of them actually they'll take donate. Like one of them did Final Fantasy VI last year, and like they're like, if you donate this much money, we'll save Shadow, which adds on time to the speed run. So like, it actually affects the speedrunner's time. So like you can donate to do certain stuff. Like if you donate over like $50, you can tell them they have to do this or play with this certain character, and that was kind of the thing. Because like in Final Fantasy VI, it's like if you donate over $50, you can tell them who he had to be in his party until someone else donated. If they donated over $10,000 as a total, you had to save Shadow and stuff like that. So they do kind of incentives as well.
Right now, they should be doing. I have their schedule propped up right now. Right now, they should be doing Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. They're expecting to beat the entire thing in 3 hours and 25 minutes. Now, I was watching this last night, and it's amazing how people have this down. I watched someone plow through Resident Evil 4 and Silent Hill 2 back-to-back. Resident Evil 4 took them an hour and 45 minutes from start to end. And this lovely lady by the name of Sam Gillespie finished Silent Hill 2 in just over an hour from beginning to end.
Dude, I watched someone beat Metal Gear Solid 1 in an hour.
I remember watching speedruns for Dark Souls, and that shit just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple that I want to highlight specifically if I can find them. Star Tropics in an hour and 20, by the way. That looks cool.
Star Tropics.
Oh, I love Star Tropics. Where is it?
He knows the password.
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Fill time.
Dude, Control F. Jesus.
Here's the thing. I can't Control F with the setup that I have up right now, unfortunately, because it does really stupid things. It's going to take a lot more to explain.
Also, Earl in chat calling out that Toe Jam and Earl was done in a record-setting 18 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
Also, SKT did get beat by KT, but that didn't stop that only stopped their single game, like their actual game win streak. CJ actually beat them in a best of 3. KT did not. Just to verify that in chat.
I tried going through this real fast. I couldn't find it, though. One thing I do want to point out, Sean, is that Saturday at 6:46 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, someone is going to try to beat Chrono Trigger in 5 hours and 30 minutes. Chrono Trigger in 5 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay,
this is
we need
not
someone to start logging
Plus,
all the shit that Steven says.
What I was
that makes sense. I can beat that game about 7 hours, so that dude's... Yeah.
What I was looking for is, are you guys familiar with I Want to Be the Bashi?
Yes.
David?
Actually... fun facts. One of me and Earl Stokes guildmates actually I'm pretty sure he still owns the world record in that.
Oh, that I didn't know. However, what I do know is that somewhere during this awesome charity event, someone is going to try to beat that game in less than 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the word record is, but record. God.
If his name is Whitwicks, that's actually our guildie. I
think it is Whitwicks, actually.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
That's our boy.
I didn't know you guys knew him. Yeah. Here's what's funny about that. I didn't know you guys knew Whitwicks. I knew Whitwicks through the Lethal Frag channel because I watch Lethal Frag all the time.
He knows our guildmaster, Cyanide, who just knows fucking everyone in the industry, apparently. So me and Earl Stoke got lucky enough to be really good friends with a gentleman that's worked with a few different game companies. So we've met a few of these people.
Twitch TV, one giant circle jerk.
Pretty much, dude.
Yeah, we're going to talk about things when you guys are bored watching us, which is probably sooner than later.
Oh, if you stayed with us more than 5 minutes, I'm already happy.
Bless you.
I will be throwing us on to do, what's it called? Hosting Awesome Games Done Quick. Here, immediately after this, it's going to take me about a minute or two to set up, get over on their computer, so then I'll pop that over on there.
So if you're too lazy to click on anything or Google anything, all you have to do is keep your bat channel tuned to this station, and you'll watch those games done quick.
Exactly. But yeah, Awesome Games Done Quick. They do like 2 or 3 year, and it's going on right now. Definitely highly take a look at it, especially if you're interested in just watching how games can just get horribly broken. Anything else you guys want to add before I wrap up tonight?
No, man, it's good.
David?
Yeah, it was a fine show, gentlemen. I like the part where none of us know how to talk.
Whoa.
Well, I want to give special shout out to Microtransactions. You are now a mainstay on the show, and I promise that won't be going away anytime soon.
Microtransactions.
This has been GamePoints. Thanks for tuning in. We go live every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Twitch TV/GamePoints. I'm trying to be very careful from fucking it up and it's showing. You can follow the show at Twitter at GamePointsPC. You can give us a like over on the Facebook, type in GamePoints Podcast or pop right up. You can see all the stuff over in that corner that way. My hand doesn't quite do it. You can email the show at GamePointsPC@gmail.com with any questions, comments, concerns you might have, tips, suggestions, just say hi, whatever. Once again, thanking out to Twitch, everyone who's been showing up today. Chat's been very active. I always appreciate that. If you want to follow us individually on Twitter, I am your host, Stephen Brown. You can follow me at CapitalistPig21. Down there is our esports guy, Sean Brown. You can follow him at Disco_Keen. You can also watch him stream occasionally at that same moniker, just without the underscore. Across from him is David Smith. You can follow him at Palshife Satori, though he's not going to check Twitter, so who really cares? You can find our previous episodes at YouTube. Just typing GamePoints one word podcast up on there, and we should pop right up. Has all of our previous episodes, or most of our previous episodes, I should say, including a few GamePoints Presents I've done. I've taken a look at Sorcerer Keen and Ronin if you kind of want to have an idea of what those are about. Beyond that, once again, thanks for following us, thanks for watching us, thanks for subscribing to us, and we are out of here.